Hello world, it's Lonnie Ray with Pomeroy TV, and before we get into our action figure review, don't forget to subscribe to Pomeroy TV and hit that bell notification so when we post videos, you're the first to know. Today we're taking a look at a figure that I'm super excited about. It's Wolverine from the Amazing Yamaguchi line. It's powered by Revoltech. It's number 5 in that series. If you recall, I did Spider-Gwen. That was also done by Amazing Yamaguchi a while ago. That was a great figure. I really like those Revoltech joints, especially for toy photography. They really give you like those awesome poses that's very similar to what you see in the comic book. Looking at the box here, you can see that it says Amazing Yamaguchi powered by Revoltech there. You have a nice window and you can see all the accessories that comes with this figure. An awesome pose of Wolverine there, and you can kind of see some stylized comic book shots all over the box. On the top there, you can see that there's Wolverine there and it has the Wolverine logo. On the side, you can see all of these comic book style poses. Now these are the poses, or these are pictures of the figure itself, and it kind of has like that comic book pop art look to it. It says X-Men, says Wolverine there. On the back, this is what I really like because it has all of these comic book panel style poses and pictures. What I like to do with my Revoltech boxes is actually I cut these out and then I use them for toy photography. So there's that. There's not much on the bottom. You can see this picture here of Wolverine and that looks pretty cool. So that's it. So yeah, let's go ahead and take this out of the box and take a closer look. Alright, here is Wolverine out of the packaging and onto a Revoltech stand. I gotta say, there's a lot that I really love about this figure. I think I just like all of those Revoltech figures. They're just my favorite, especially for the posing. With the Revoltech, you get the weird joints, but that's okay. That's what I like about them. And you get superposability. So you lose a lot of the detail and you're going to get a lot of lines, but it just works out so much better. And if you're a good photographer, you know how to pose these, you can really like hide those lines and get some good looking shots or some good looking poses. The figure stands at about 6 inches tall. When we talk about the paint application, we could take a look at that because the paint on here looks amazing. So you can see that there's different shades of blue and yellow with this figure. So when you look at the armor on the shoulders here, it's this very bright luminescent blue, and then the gloves and the detail on the boots here are a darker shade of blue, but they're shiny and they still have a little bit of pearlescence to them, so it has a lot of sheen on them. And then when you look at the blue on the outfit itself, you can see that it's that shiny blue that kind of matches the armor on the shoulder there, and it looks amazing. The paint is nicely done, especially on the boots here. The boots are darker gray, but they're matte, so they're not as shiny as like the blue details on that, and that's really cool. That's just that just goes to show you that there's a lot of attention to detail. There's also some dark blue on the bottom of the boots. The mask here for Wolverine, that's a darker blue that kind of matches the blue that's on the gloves and on the boots, but not really. So it's a little bit shinier. It kind of has more saturation of blue in that than this does or that does. So then there's that. As far as accessories go, you get what you see here, these 2 open hands with the claws. Those claws are actually 2 separate pieces, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. You also get this face with Wolverine, and then you also get what you see here. So you get a raging mouth Wolverine, and you kind of get one where he's gritting his teeth. You get these 2 fisted hands right here. You also get these 2 gun hands, I think, but I don't know exactly what they are, but they look like they're holding something. And then you also get this hand where it's supposed to be for his cigarette or his cigar, but that got recalled, so they took that out of the package. And they gave me 2 of the right hands, and I don't know why I have 2 of the right hands, but I have 2 of those. And then I also get this slash effect here. Now, one of the problems that a lot of companies have with their Wolverine figures are what to do with those claws. Do they just make them retractable? Do they just keep them on extra hands and then you have extra hands? Or do you do something like Revoltech? So this is what they did. So with their Wolverine hands, or with their claws, you have your claw here, and it actually just kind of pops off the hand there. So it's a separate piece altogether. So if you wanted to have the closed fisted hands like that without the claws. You have that, and then you take off this little piece, which I definitely recommend as soon as you take this out of the packaging, you start putting them in a little bag so that you don't lose them. But you take that little piece off and then put this one on, and then you guys have your claws. And I really like these claws. I like how, again, they're just kind of more angular, and that they're that more comic book style, or that Marvel vs. Capcom style. I just like these claws. I think these are my favorite Wolverine claws. And then if you're to remove the head, just be careful because you get this neck piece here. And this was a little bit tricky for me to put on. I was trying to put the head on with this right here. But I learned that it'll be easier if you just take the head, put this neck piece in there, and then throw it on that way. And then it just makes it a little bit easier. And then that back part right there does a lot to kind of cover up the joints in the back of the head. Talking about articulation, his head goes up that high. His head looks down that far. He has a hinge on the neck, so you can actually pivot down a little bit more and look down more. His head is on a swivel, so you could turn it around and roll the neck all around too, which is really nice. His arms go out that far and goes all the way around, but very carefully. And then he doesn't have a swivel on the bicep. He has a single joint at the elbow, but it goes down, but it bends up that high. And he has some wrist articulation. He has a nice ab crunch that's ratcheted, so he can look down that far. He can go back up that far. He has a ball joint at the diaphragm there, so you can move around. He has waist swivel. His legs go up that high, goes back that far. He has a thigh cut. He has a knee that goes back far, and then the boot kind of moves around too, which is really nice. Ankle pivot and toe articulation. Alright, that's where we're going to wrap it up today. Again, I really love this figure. What did you guys like about this figure? Leave comments down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, tell your friends about it. And until next time, this is Pomeroy TV. Thanks for tuning in.